Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to Vibes with Tiara. So before we get started, because you already see what this title is about, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. Make sure your post bell notifications are on, so every time I do post, you are notified. Make sure you book in the shop with Tiara's One Stop Shop and follow your girl on all of her social medias that will be listed in the description box below. But yeah, we're gonna go ahead and get started on my client's wig. She comes on Friday. Today is Wednesday, so in 2 days she comes Friday. I don't remember the exact time that this particular customer comes, but she'll be here Friday, so we're going to go ahead and get her wig together. It is an Amazon wig. It is 22 inches, and let's open it. Okay, it's a curly or wavy wig. Okay, so this is the wig. Okay, and I always can tell if it's an Amazon wig just based off the length, because Amazon measure their wigs from here to the end instead of from here to the end. It says 22 inches, but it definitely gives like maybe 18, 16, 18. Yeah, I'll say 18. It's about an 18. It gives 18, but it definitely does say 22 inches. Definitely not giving 22 inches. But yeah, that's how I know immediately if it's an Amazon wig. So this is what it looks like. Listen to the lace. That's also how I know. Well, other people probably sell wigs like this as well, but that lace is gonna give me a hard time. It's gonna have to melt. She's also like a really light, fair skinned woman, so hopefully we can get this to melt. It's because it's already like a brown color, so we gonna have to work a little hard to make this blend with her skin color. But that's not what this is about. I'm gonna go ahead and show y'all me customizing a wig. I'm gonna get it ready and prepared, customized. We're gonna bleach the knots. We're gonna pluck the wig and yeah, get it ready for her. I'm not sure how she's gonna style it. I can ask her if she's gonna wear a middle or a side part, but I like to do that on my actual client's head because I need to know exactly where that part is gonna lay, because you never know how big the head is, and then it looks kind of small in my opinion. This looks like for a little small head. So yeah, we'll have to figure that out, how it's gonna fit on the front of her head. So I like to do all my like parting and all of that on my actual client's head. So again, all I'm gonna do is just get it ready, make sure that hairline is plucked to my liking, and then once I put it on her head, depending on her part, I'll pluck it some more on her head. But I'm not going to show any of that. If y'all ever want me to do an install, I have to find a client who's going to be comfortable for me doing beginning to end install. So yeah, but I am going to probably come back and show y'all how the wig actually looks on her head, give y'all like a final little video of how it looks on her head. But like I said, let's go ahead and get me off this camera because I look crazy and get started. But I did want to come and say hey y'all and just show y'all the wig and talk a little bit before I just do, yeah, I just want to talk y'all a little bit. So here is my mixing bowl, but I am about to finish this whole little thing, so I'm not going to use my mixing bowl because I'll have to wash this out, and I could just use this and throw this away because it's done. So I'm still going to use my little, and she done been through some things, still going to use my little brush, my application brush, but I'm going to pour this little bit that I have left inside of here. Hold on, I don't think y'all can see me. Okay, and it's not enough, so I'm gonna get a new pack, my new pack as well. Okay, so I'm gonna throw this stuff away. Okay, so we have a little bit that's in there. I just open up this pack. Make sure to open it. I don't do any measurements. I just eyeball it. And because this is not a full frontal it just has, you see how it's basically like a closure, but with a little bit more space on the side. It's a lace front, not a frontal. I don't need a whole lot. I need about enough as I use for a closure. So I'm going to start with that. I can always put more. Less is better so you don't waste your product. And like I said, I don't measure. So now I'm going in with my developer. I have this one, which is 40. And I also have this one, which is 50. Today, we're just going to use my 40. And like I said, I eyeball it. And the consistency that you want is a pasty consistency. So less is more. So start off with less. Hopefully y'all can see. Hold on, because the bottle ain't empty, but it ain't full. So, let me cover that up. Start off like that. Make sure y'all can see. Be careful. Don't do that. Don't make the pattern splatter everywhere. But I'm trying to let y'all see, so I can't see that good inside of there as I'm letting y'all see. But I'm just mixing it. I'm definitely gonna need a little bit more. I can tell by the consistency. So just drop in a little bit more in here. Like I said, just add till you like the consistency. It's supposed to be like a paste. Make sure you get all of it. Like, try to get it out the corners. All of that. Okay. Boom. I think I'm gonna do one more drop. Okay. That's it. I think I'm gonna like this consistency better. Okay, so this is the consistency. Can you see? Wait, there you go. Now you can see. That's the consistency. Okay. So I also have the pack that the wig came on right here. Hold on one second. Let me clean this off. Okay, so I have the pack that the wig came in sitting here because that's where I'm going to lay the wig. I'm going to take these out, this little adjustable band out, move that to the side, and I am going to I'm going to take these clips off so we can open it up as wide as we can. Okay, hold on. There. Boom. I'm also going to cut these out because if you were wearing them glueless, I would say leave those in because that's what you do. But because she is wearing it installed, I'm going to cut these out. This right here makes it doesn't lay flat. Like if you've installed a wig, sometimes it be these combs that make it not lay flat. Those combs is mostly in there so that the wig doesn't move if you're wearing it glueless with that band. Okay, so let me show y'all how I cut these little combs out. Just be gentle. Just start it. And it just comes up like that. And then you just lift it up. You can see the actual thread. Hopefully y'all can see it. And you just give it a little start. Look, it's off. Boom. And then I'm gonna do that to the rest of them. Pull it. Boom. Boom. And I just pull a little thread out. And then I'm gonna go back in Do it again. Be careful, because if you haven't done this, you can accidentally cut the lace. You can actually put a hole in the hole. I can't even talk. A hole in the wig. So just be careful. And you can throw those away. Now you are ready to install. And if she was wearing it and she wanted this part glued down, you could glue that down as well on the client. But my client is not wearing it that way. So I'm just gonna cut this part off right here. This little back part, I'll cut that off. And I just hold my scissors right next to it and cut it. Make sure none of her hair in the back is being cut. And cut it off. If you need to go back in, hold some of that hair down and cut it closer. Not too close, because then it's a track on there. So you don't want to cut it, then that track gonna be hanging off because you done cut the thread that belongs to that. Boom. Okay, like so. Now let's get into the fun part. We're gonna take that mixture that we made, and I'm just getting it off of the brush because I always get stuff everywhere. And I'm gonna start in the back of the wig, in the back of the lace, not the back of the wig. Like this bottom part right here. Hold on. This back here, I'm gonna start in this back area. Oh, I didn't even spray the hair back. Also, look, a piece of thread. I mean, lace in here. So I'm gonna spray the hair and just make sure that the hair is going back. Nothing is going forward, okay? So once I do that, now, can you see it? Yeah, y'all can. Now I'm gonna take that mixture, start in the back, and I'm just gonna rub it in. And you don't have to press it in, you just brushing it. Brush. Okay? Don't worry about if it gets down there on the little cap part. Ain't nothing gonna happen. That cap is thick. It ain't gonna bleed or nothing through. So once you get there, again, do the whole back part. Make sure it's all covered. Then you work your way either left to right or right to left, whichever one you want to start with. And try to make sure you get a little bit past where the beginning of the hair start on the front. What am I talking about? On the hairline, like the beginning of the hairline, you see how it's going a little bit past? Make sure you do that so you can make sure you get every little thing. Not too far past because you don't want to waste your product. But you want to make sure you are going, you know, up and up so you get that hairline. Because that's what you need to make sure is, you know, is bleached. You need to make sure that's bleached. That's important. That hairline. Okay. And I still got plenty more. But I'm going to double check and make sure I got everything covered. Okay, so once you get all the way up. Hold on. Hold on, I see a little gap. Okay. That's what the inside looks like. And this is what the outside looks like. Okay, boom. You're going to make sure you lay it flat this way. Okay, make sure it's going this way. You don't want that product to bleed back down the shaft of the hair. You want the product to only bleach those knots where you put it. It's on those knots through the lace. You don't want it to bleach down the actual shaft of the hair. That's when you have that over bleached little orangey, and then you have to fill in with spray or some type of tint, you know, color to cover up that over bleachness. You don't want to over bleach and make, again, that bleach bleed down the shaft of the hair. Hope that makes sense. Again, you just want those knots to be bleached. I don't set a timer. I don't set like a set time for the hair because every wig is different in my opinion. So I don't have a set time. So there we go. So what I'm gonna do is just do a stopwatch for y'all. Starting now to show y'all how long it's been on there, because I'm not going to do a timer. If you do a timer, you have a set time, you'll put 10, 15, 20, 30, an hour, however long you like your stuff to sit. I like to let it sit, check it till it's to my liking. I like it to a certain blonde brown tone. And because the girl that I'm doing is more of a fair colored skin color, I want hers to be like blonde. So it'll match her better. So based on your skin tone, that's how much I bleach the knots to, if the wig can be bleached to that. Hopefully, again, all this makes sense. But again, I have it sitting on top of that bag. We're gonna let it sit there. It's already been about a minute since it's been on. Yeah, I'll pick y'all back up. I'm gonna clean up my mess. And I'm gonna pick y'all back up as I'm checking to see y'all can see the difference. Okay. Okay, y'all, we back and we about to check it. Let's see how it looks. Can y'all see? Can y'all see those knots changing? Yeah, if you want to split it, you can see it. Can y'all see? You see it's changing? Can y'all see? Hopefully y'all can see. But it is. But like I said, it's like a brassy, orangey, red, brown. It's not even red. It's like a brownish. I want that blonde. Let's see if we can get it blonde. So we're just gonna lay it right back down flat. And that's us checking how long we've been at it. That's 16 minutes, okay? We at 16 minutes. We'll be back. We're gonna check it again. Okay, y'all. So we are 25 minutes in, okay? And look at this. Can y'all see that? That's what we were going for. You see that? So it's time to wash it. I can't show y'all that. Let me move this out of the way. But I got y'all on my little neck thing. That's what we were looking for. It's more of a parting space right here so we can see it this way better. Let's see. Hold on. Right here. Can y'all see that color? Okay, so we about to wash it. I'm not sure if I'm going to show y'all me washing it. But, yeah. I think I'm just going to go ahead and wash it. And I'm going to show you the products that I use. And then I'm going to come back once I let it wash. And I'm going to let it sit in some silicone mix. Let me show you the products. Okay. Let's get rid of this. I'm going to use silicone mix right here. And then this Hello Hydration. Can y'all see? Let me show you the products. So I'm using this Hello Hydration shampoo, conditioner, one. And then I'm going to also use silicone mix, okay? I'm going to wash it real good in this. And then I'm going to use this to deep condition it in. I'm going to leave it on there for 5 to 10 minutes of my choice. Once I start washing it and seeing how the hair feels, I will determine if I'm going to do 5 or 10 minutes. I do want some of that silicone mix to sit on those knots because we did bleach it. And yeah, it's going to help, you know, keep it from shedding so much. So, like I said, let me go ahead and go. The bleach has been on the knots for officially, what, 27 minutes, almost 28, just hit 28. So, okay. So this is how much hair shedded when I was washing it. That's not bad at all. That's not bad at all. So that's good. But again, all I did was wash it. Right now it's sitting in the silicone mix. I'm about to go ahead and eat dinner and leave it in the silicone mix. Once I finish eating, I'll wash the conditioner out. And I like to wash conditioner out in cool, cold water, because that's how you lock in the moisture. If it's hot, it doesn't lock in the moisture. Cool water locks in the moisture. So again, I'm about to go eat. This is all the shed hair, and that's not bad. I'll be back to pluck it with you, and that'll be it. Oh, and then I'm gonna show y'all Friday, whenever her appointment is, how her install came out. Okay, y'all, I'm back. I had to put on a t-shirt, but yeah, so the hair is washed, and I ended up adding in some what is it called? I cannot think. Fabric softener. I added some fabric softener into my silicone mix because I felt that it had like, it wasn't 100% human hair. It had some synthetic blend. And when something is synthetic, if you add fabric softener to it, it softens up the texture. And yeah, this hair feels so soft. But just wanted you to see the front. I have a white towel up under here so you guys could see what I'm doing. So this is what it looks like in the middle. You see that? Knots are not over bleached. They look good. Yeah. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add some of these to the bottom of the lace so that it can stay in place. Okay. Boom. So you can see that hairline. You see, it's not flattering. It's not even that bad, honestly. Once you bleach the knots, usually the hairline is not that bad. Like, I haven't seen a really bad hairline in a long time, but this hairline definitely needs some work. It needs to be plucked. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna brush the hairline back. So I'm just brushing that hairline back. Let's see. Let's make sure y'all can see as well. I'll show you that side. See how I'm brushing it back? Just brushing it back. It's still wet, so it's just going back easy. Just gonna do the other side like I just did that. Okay. And I'm gonna apply some pressure to it. Line pressure to that brush to get it back. You can also hot comb this back, but you don't have to. Yeah, so I always like to work in the middle. So this little portion, I like to work. And then this, I'm gonna do whichever side I decide to do first, next, okay? What is that? Something is on it. Okay, there we go. So I'm gonna use a rat tail comb and my handy dandy tweezers. This is how the tweezers look. You see how it's at an angle? Like, it's not like just straight across. It's at an angle. Yeah. And I'm always gonna put the tip down. So the longest part forward, the shortest part is going at an angle like this. That's how I like it. I don't want to hold it that way. I like it this way. So, like I said, I'm going to start with the front half. And I just actually part the front out. I'm not going to touch any of this. If you were doing a middle or a side part, you will go ahead and you are someone who likes to go ahead and part that hair out. You could go ahead and style it as far as put in where you're going to have the part. Not style it. You could go ahead and section it off so you can know where you want your part, and then you can work around your part. So because I'm not going to go ahead and section my part off, I'm going to just make sure I do not do too much in the middle. Just in case you want a middle part, you don't want that middle part to look funny. So I don't do any type of measurements or anything. This is just what I do to start this off. Okay, just that front little section. That's about how much hair I'm gonna leave at the front, okay? Now I'm gonna work on this section. So what I like to do is the skip method. So I'm gonna skip about how much this tip is in each section, like that. So I'm gonna pluck at the point of that tip, go over. Pluck at the point of this tip, and just keep moving over, keep moving over, keep moving. Yeah, y'all can see I have the mannequin in a whole headlock when I do this, okay? A headlock, literally. So what I'm gonna do, make sure all of this is this way. I like to put pressure to it and hold it down. So I'm gonna put her in a whole headlock, flatten it, headlock, and I'm going to go in and start plucking. And I'm doing like this. Close, 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 drag, open, close, drag, open, close, drag, open, close. Okay, I think y'all got it. So I'm not gonna start right there at that corner. I'm gonna start right before that. And I'm doing that close, drag, open. See how I just made that? Now I'm gonna go over a little bit. And I'm doing that close, drag, open. Y'all see that already? See how that's looking? Okay. See that? Can y'all see those lines? Oh, wait, I think I went too far. Hold on, I'm leaning. Gotta make sure y'all see it too. Okay. Let's see. See that? I'm just gonna comb this back. You can also get that brush and smooth it back. Okay. So now I'm going right back in after I comb it back some, and we're gonna continue what we were doing before. Okay. Boom. 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 I'm gonna make sure those lines are the way I want it to be. Okay. Okay. Boom. That's where we at. Let me move y'all closer. Boom. I don't like to over pluck my hairline. I just want it to be thin and more realistic. So what I'm gonna go in and do is do that skip method again, but not as harsh as I did it when I had the hair parted out in the front. So I'm still following that drag thing. Open, close, open, close, open, close, open, close. And I'm still doing it. Following a thing where it is skipping a space. But I'm not making such a harsh line. Okay. If the hair starts to dry, you can spray it with some water. That'll also help you. Water bottle down. That'll also help you get a better idea and see what's going on. Okay. So I feel like this side looks good, but I feel like this side needs to be plucked more. So that's what I'm gonna go in and just thin out those areas that I feel like needed to be plucked more, so it can mimic the other side. Boom. I'm gonna leave it there. So now I'm just gonna turn the mannequin head. And for this, because usually the sides right here are not as thick as the front part is, whichever side I pick, I look at how it is right here and I mimic it. I go to right here. Then it's another part right here. Can y'all see the hump? You see how it's a hump? Boom. Like where your temple is, and then it'd be like boom. That's where your ear tab is. So what I like to do is I'm just gonna go in, and I'm not gonna section anything off on this part. I'm just gonna go in and do that skip method, but again, not too harsh. And again, every wig is different. I'm just basing it off what I have in my hand at the moment. So I'm doing that skip method, but again, I'm not being too heavy-handed when I'm doing this part. Okay, we are almost at that first little temple part where we're gonna stop and see what we got going on. You can keep going till you get to the end, but I'm not. Can you see how it's coming along? Can you see how it's coming along? Yeah. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go behind there, but I'm still gonna finish this off. Let's get to this temple. Okay. So we still working on this side. And looking at it, I feel like I'm gonna go back and part this out. What am I saying? Oh, okay. I'm gonna part some hair on the front and pluck behind what I just plucked. Cause even though I said I wasn't gonna do it, I'm gonna go back and do it just from looking at it. This side part, oh, maybe I should turn like that for y'all. Y'all, this is a workout. This is a workout. Y'all be wanting to bring these wig with these thick hairlines and be like, why do we have to pay for extra stuff? It's a workout. This is literally a workout. Okay. Boom. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and do the same process to this one. Then I'm gonna come back once I do whatever else I'm gonna do. But again, I'm gonna go and do the same thing on this side. Voila. You see that? You see that? You see that? It looks a whole lot better. It looks a whole lot better. It looks a whole lot better. She's starting to look like somebody now, ain't she? Yeah, she's starting to look like somebody. Okay. Yeah. I think we good. I think we did what we were supposed to do. You see that? You see that? Yeah. Let me hot comb this back so you can see it, and get some of this hair that we plucked out of the bag. That's what it looks like. This is hair that we plucked out of it. Yeah. Okay, so I was gonna show y'all when I combed out the actual hair and got the hair that we plucked out of the hair, but I was like, let me show them everything. Let me show them the entire process. Let me show them. Okay. Okay. And let me try to show you all the hair that I got. So this is all the hair that I plucked out of it. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. And y'all, I love this detangling brush. Okay. You see how this side looks? I didn't comb this side. You see how this side looks? Can y'all see? Let's see. You see how this side looks? How that is? And then I just brushed the middle. Look how this defines the curls. You see that? Can y'all see how it defines the curls? Hold on. Can y'all see it? I don't know if you can see it against the black. But this brush right here defines these curls. If you can see how this looks like that. Okay? You run this through. Okay. This is dry. This little corner right here dry. But you run this through. And look how juicy. You see how those look? Those little juicy curls. And you got some juicy curls. I love this brush. You turn it like in and make sure it goes through these things. Not just this, but this. That's how you gonna get it. But I'll be back because I'm about to hot comb this back real quick. And yeah, I usually just claw clip this up like so and leave it like that until they get here. Okay, so again, this is how it looks. We have the hot comb. We have a wax stick. I'm about to say some beeswax. We have a wax stick and we have some wrap foam. Okay, this is basically something to help it lay down, get some of those flyaways down, and melt the hair back. Just a little bit. I'm just like literally like just tapping it. All on that front hairline. So what I do is I take my hot comb. My hot comb been through some things, so bear with her. In no particular order, I just go right in and do it. I'm gonna start on this side so it can be uniformed. Let's just start on this side. And we're gonna hot comb it. And we're just doing it slow and steady back. Now, depending on it, this is some real thick, sturdy, durable lace. So I can actually let this sit on for a long time. If you have some thin HD lace, don't let it sit here that long. Do not let that hot comb sit there that long. You will have a whole melted patch. Yeah, come down to the front. You just add some pressure. Push it down, push it down. Just pushing it down, pushing it down. Okay, so once you got it smooth down to your liking, I'll just go in and I'm gonna do this. It's no reason that I do this at all. It's not one reason why I do this. This is just how I like to do it. It just molds everything in place. And I just comb it in. So it looks real good when they come in. And they can see that I plucked it. Because this look like it's going to get frizzy once it dries. You don't have to do this. Depending on the hair, you don't have to do this. Well, for me, because like I said, this is just a personal preference to add that part in there. And yeah, because that's just going to mold it and not make that hairline look frizzy. Like when it dried and y'all seen that it was a little frizzy. That just helps with that. So I don't have to go back in and hot comb it or anything. Pushing the hair back is going to help with the install. So won't be no hair in the way. No nothing. Okay, so I'm going to go back in and I'm going to re-wet the hair. Again, this is a personal preference. I could have left it the way it was. I just like for it to look, you know, good when they come in. Okay. Y'all know she needs some milk. Her little neck be bobbing and weaving. I'm not gonna put no other product on there. Any other product that I'm gonna put on there is gonna come when I style it and put it on her head. See how I make those little, I'm just doing this. Giving those little juicy curls. Can y'all see them? Yeah. Okay. You can either leave it like this, but I'll just do this. And I put it in like a little claw clip. This is how she looks. Just waiting to figure out if she want a middle side part or what. Take this off and we're gonna let her air dry until the day of her appointment. And this is what it looks like. I don't know if it looks like anything. This is what it looks like up close. Again, this is how I'm gonna let it air dry. Boom. We'll be back when it's time to install her. Well, after I install her. So yeah, we did it. Can y'all see? Okay, so this is my client at her appointment. And yes, we are about to cover up all this pretty hair. But this is how the lace look prior to me melting everything. And this is what the outcome is after the melt, the baby hairs, everything. My client didn't want her face to be shown because she said she didn't have any lashes. And I'm like, girl, I understand. We will not have to show your face, but we're going to get into this lace. But yes, y'all, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Again, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. Make sure your post bell notifications is on, so every time that I do post, you are notified. Make sure you book any shopping with Tiara's One Stop Shop and follow your girl on all of her social media, so we'll be listed in the description box below.